Pollution is one of the most dangerous environmental problems the world is facing today. WHO, World Health Organization data show that almost all of the global population, 99%, breathe air that exceeds WHO guideline limits and contains high levels of pollutant, with low and middle income countries suffering from the highest exposures. Additionally, pollution poses one of the biggest risks to global health, the protection of animals across the earth, and upsets the harmony of our ecosystems. For instance, it negatively affects both global warming and human nature as a whole. Today's development and modernization are to blame for the surge in pollution. There are many different types of pollution, including noise, light, air, and water pollution. Southeast Asia and the rest of the globe share the very same pollution crisis. The nations of Southeast Asia are not exempt from this issue. Water pollution from plastic garbage dumped into rivers and hazardous agricultural waste is the issue that affects Southeast Asia the most frequently. There is air pollution that is just as terrible as the haze, in addition to water contamination.
Water itself rarely pollutes. Land causes 80% of marine pollutions. Any human action can degrade water quality. After a farmer fertilizes his fields, the chemical runs off and enters the groundwater. Unexpected factors can also contaminate water. Windblown smokestack chemicals can pollute water when they fall as rain. Primary issue is a sewage system. Sewage is a natural human byproduct and should decompose harmlessly. Sewage contains 90% water. Sewage also contains pharmaceutical, drug, paper, plastic and other chemicals. In the last decades, clean water access has improved, but sanitation has not. Water-related illness such as diarrhea kills 525,000 children under 5 every year. WHO predicted 135 million water-related deaths between 2002 and 2020. Chemical use and disposal is another issue. Lead, cadmium, and mercury also pollutes the air. Some countries ban lead in gasoline. Mercury and cadmium remains in battery. Until recently, tributylene paints were used to protect ships from water damage. TBT wasn't initially seen as a pollutant, but it soon became clear that TBT paints boats were just as destructive to marine ecosystem as the boats itself. Finally, plastics is the most common beachcomber. Plastics is used to make so many things from clothing to car parts. It's lightweight and floats, so it can travel great distance across the oceans. And most plastics are biodegradable, so items like plastic bottle tops can persist in the marine environment for a long time. Plastic threatens marine life, including birds, fish, and mammals, but aren't toxic as other chemicals.
Every year, countries all across the world struggle with the same pollution-related problems. The problem facing the entire world is pollution. This problem is affecting all of the countries, notably those in Southeast Asia, and it is becoming increasingly severe, especially in the urban areas of those countries. To begin, there is the possibility that air pollution, which can have an effect on the human body, particularly increasing the risk of respiratory issues. This health condition will affect everything from respiratory issues like asthma and allergies to bronchitis and pneumonia, as well as a reduction in lung function. In addition to respiratory diseases, 1/3 of deaths from heart disease, stroke and lung cancer are caused by air pollution, according to the World Health Organization. Air pollution had developed into one of the most serious threats to public health. and it is estimated that over 7 million people die prematurely every year all over the world as a direct result of air pollution. Due to the high level of air pollution in Southeast Asia, children living in this region are at an increased risk of developing a disorder connected with wheezing. The second type of pollution is known as microbiological water pollution. Drinking contaminated water on a consistent basis can have negative effects on human organs, including the heart and kidneys. The pollution has a negative impact on the activities that people participate in. The smoke has caused disruptions and was a contributing factor in the decision to close the public schools. As a result of the fact that children are still in the developmental stages of their life, they are especially vulnerable to the negative effect of air pollution, which can cause health problems that persist throughout their entire life. The pollution problems that have been occurring in Southeast Asia on a fairly persistent basis have a very negative effect on the economy. The haze event that occurred in 2015 caused a loss of 1.9% of gross domestic product GDP for Indonesia, 0.17% for Singapore, and 0.1% for Malaysia. There were a number of industries that were negatively impacted, including tourism, construction, plantation, and agriculture, all of which make significant contributions to the nation's overall economic growth.
Reportedly, just around 8% of the population in Asia enjoys clean air as defined by the World Health Organization. According to research by the Climate and Clean Air Coalition (CCSC) and the United Nations Environment Programme (UNEP), if the current rate of adoption and enforcement is maintained until 2030, then Asia will have the same air quality as it does right now, despite the region's huge economic expansion. In the first place, there are tried and true methods that have been universally accepted across Asia and which could be applied and enforced wherever else. Power plant and major manufacturing facility restriction enhance pollution standard for production processes and road vehicle through an efficient vehicle inspection and dust management in buildings are all few examples. Solutions from the next generation are on the horizon, but they are not being implemented widely under Asia's present clean air program. The use of modern brick kilns, international shipping emission control, the widespread introduction of low solvent paint, and the reduction of leakage and accidental releases from oil refineries are all another set of example. The third set of measures improve air quality while also contributing to the achievement of other growth objectives. There should be a constant monitoring of pollution in Asia and efforts should be made to prevent it. Every day, people learn new ways to lessen environmental damage. For example, one sure and fast strategy to lessen air pollution is to increase one's use of public transportation, as this results in less consumption of fossil fuels and energy. Taking the bus or train instead of driving can save you money and reduce your carbon footprint. When a room is not being used, you can turn off the light because the electricity used to power them contributes to air pollution. You can also help save the planet by switching to fluorescent bulbs. When it comes to air pollution, the concept of recycling and reusing items is not only beneficial because it helps to reduce pollution emission, but also because it conserves resources and makes them better use of them. The energy needed to create new items from recycled material is reduced as well. Then, do not use plastic bags. Oil-based plastic bags do not degrade in any reasonable amount of time. Therefore, their disposal can cause serious environmental damage. Instead of using plastic bags, paper bags may be reused and degrade quickly. After that, reducing forest fires and smoking is another major contributor to air pollution, as it's the practice of collecting the trash and setting it on fire during dry season or when leaves are thin dry. In addition, forest fires are another major source of air pollution. Consequently, uses fan instead of air conditioners since they are more energy efficient and produce less waste heat. Air conditioners are also very energy and power hungry. Use chimney filters. Gases released by fireplace in household and factories are a major contributor to air pollution and have a devastating impact on air quality. If it's not possible to limit consumption, then filters should be used to mitigate the impact of breathing in dangerous gases. Last but not least, avoid using firecrackers, which are another major source of air pollution and provide another layer of gas that is damaging to health and should be avoided at all costs during celebrations such as wedding and other joyous occasions. Therefore, a no crackers policy should be put into effect.
This campaign and forum can emphasize the fact that air and water pollution is today one of the most pressing regional and global issues, proving that no one nation can tackle this problem alone. To have a major influence, it is necessary for all parties to collaborate. It may give a chance for nations to exchange their knowledge and also obtain content-specific knowledge that can increase their capabilities. In the forum, numerous topics of preventing air and water pollution may be discussed. It included the current status of pollution, the forecasting of pollution based on an air quality monitoring program, the design of an air pollution program that has significant impact, the design of an air pollution program that raises public awareness and potential efforts to strengthen partnership among stakeholders. For instance, Asia 2019 is hosting a conference titled Awareness Forum on Prevention of Air Pollution in Asia Pacific. Together, we can defeat air pollution. From 25 until 27 June 2019, the forum was held at the United Nations Conference Centre, UNCC, in Bangkok. To summarize, pollution is a worldwide problem, and the majority of nations in Southeast Asia are now facing high level of air pollution, especially in metropolitan areas where the annual mean level have significantly surpassed the limit and set by the World Health Organization (WHO). Southeast Asia has to take immediate action to address the problem, particularly with regard to air and water pollution. This problem has become one of the primary causes of mortality and deterioration in health among the population, in addition to having an impact on economic development and investment. In order to resolve this problem, one may cause from a wide variety of available options. It is not just the responsibility of the government, but of every individual as well to take measures to stop, lessen, and effect of this pollution. In order effectively address this major catastrophe affecting health, the environment, and economic productivity, priority has to be given to ensuring that policies, infrastructure, investment, and social transformation are integrated.